Before I begin, sorry about the light above. This has been recorded quite late in the evening because this is the subject that I feel must be talked about. And while some of you may think I'm being hypocritical on this matter because it's something I'm going to be doing. It's one thing I hate about autism, and I'm going to use the word hate, is, as I've said in my previous video, I don't hate the autism, I just hate some of the behaviours and the traits. One thing I despise is autistic people moaning. Now, the reason why I say this, and I know, as I said, it sounds a little bit hypocritical because here I am basically moaning, but they don't think I'm moaning because I'm not going to bring any personal incidents of my own life involved. I'm just going to say these are facts, tendencies of notice. Right, autistic people moaning. Autistic people will often moan about problems that they have in their lives. Now, I'm not saying they may not have problems in their lives. I mean, quite often they will struggle with their lives. But the fact is, I think that a lot of these people bring this kind of thing on themselves. Not because of their autism, I wouldn't say that side of things, but because they go out and try to be independent. Now, the reason is, quite often with autism, you all struggle to be independent. So I think those people who are struggling to be independent should give up now and stop moaning. Putting it bluntly. I've read a few books on autism, and quite often they will talk about the hostile, non-autistic world and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And that's why I've stopped reading such books. But yeah, I find people with autism that moan to be sometimes very stupid people, frankly. Not always, just sometimes. As in they don't have much common sense. They're like Lois Lane in Superman. Now, if you look at Lois Lane in Superman, now she wasn't drafted by the US government to be a reporter. She became a reporter through, becoming a reporter the normal way that a woman becomes a reporter. And she quite often will voluntarily go out on assignments. Now, obviously, although in more recent comics she has been shown to be able to kickbox and stuff like that, the thing is, though, if you read Superman comics, I have not read any Superman comics, be they old-fashioned ones or modern ones, where she comes armed to the teeth with bazookas, machine guns, pistols in their handbag, the lot, so that she could shoot to kill anyone who tries to molest her. Because what she does, obviously, is because she will often get into trouble, and Superman has to rescue her. This is the classic Superman line. The thing is I see a lot of people with Aspergers being like Lois Lane, because they'll always do something on their own. No, such and such, their staff or their parents or family. So, no, I'll do this myself, And then, wow, something's gone wrong, do you know what I mean? And they moan. And the thing is, I think they should try to pretend to be happy, to be frankly honest with you. So that people like us, like myself, I have Asperger's syndrome myself, don't have to contend with them moaning about their problems. On another note, worst of all, another tendency I absolutely hate in Asperger's and autism communities is what I like to call the anarchist or revolutionary Asperger's and autism. That is, people that, in spite of pure simple facts, believe that whatever government they live under is inherently corrupt and out to get them. The reason why I say this is because you answer me this question, if in spite of all the rather, well, let's just say daft decisions David Cameron has made, have you ever seen one single death camp? And have you ever seen one single death camp aimed at autistic people? No. Was Margaret Thatcher a mass murderer? Well, and I'm not counting the Balkans War, because that was a war. Did Margaret Thatcher persecute gays? Did Margaret Thatcher persecute Jews? Did Margaret Thatcher persecute Indian immigrants? Did she have people executed for not agreeing with her? Did she have all the comedians that you see on YouTube on all footage executed for making jokes about her? No. So on Earth, how can she be a dictator then? In fact, she was democratically elected. Yes, she did some policies that were controversial at the time, but the fact is she wasn't a tyrant because she wasn't a mass murderer. If she was a tyrant and she was evil, she would have not bothered with the democratic system. She would have simply got the mafia. She would have gotten powerful, a little bit powerful. They would have got the mafia involved and forced away from power, and then all would have been voted into power the first term and killed everyone who would have opposed her and filled her parliament with yes men. The thing of autism is I find a lot of elements of autism very obnoxious. I rest my case.